This week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures, we take you across the globe to Australia, where we join anglers from 5 nations competing for the prestige of becoming the first Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Champion.
Oh God! Yeah! I got one!
Then, back in Austin, Texas for the kickoff of the 2nd annual Hobie World Fishing Championship. Welcome to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Each week, we'll take the Hobies and peruse the country in search of adventure, fun, and fish. Whether we're drifting a stream, dissecting a lake, or covering an ocean, we'll show you the tips and tactics to make your next trip successful. Come with us, set your sail, and discover what life in a Hobie is all about. Stay tuned for Hobie Outdoor Adventures. Welcome to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're in Australia on the New South Wales Mid-North Coast for the first ever Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship. The event starts off at Camden Haven River for pre-fish with a tutorial on bream fishing.
Ready for some bream in Australia?
Super excited to get on my first bream ever.
Today we've got a high tide which is around now, and it'll probably push in for maybe another hour or so.
As a show of sportsmanship, the Australian team have paired themselves with the internationals to mentor them on bream fishing. And that's what true competition is all about.
Everything I do the opposite and you'll be in good shape.
Yeah, speed, maybe flathead.
Most of us who've come in from international territories are unfamiliar with the brim.
They certainly seem to know their stuff, so I don't think it'll take them long to adapt at all. We're gonna have a lot of fun up here this week.
The rules for the contest, they're fairly easy. Each day you have to bring in 3 fish to the weighmaster. They have to be brim, they have to be 26 centimetres to the tip of the tail, and the weight of those fish accumulates day on day. So the world champion is going to have up to 9 fish, and the biggest 9 cumulative weight wins.
Steve Field's got something harassing him right now. He's looking around to see if anyone notices. Is that the flathead sign or the brim sign? He's taking a while to get it in. That's the Australian influence.
That's what we're here for.
I've caught the flathead so far, but I have no luck with the bream. They are really shy. No way. Just cast, I see them, I cast, and they're gone. Whew. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
I found myself yelling at the fish. Hey.
It was like about a little bit this size.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know how to measure.
I fish a lot of tournaments in the States, and this is probably one of the most fun events I've fished so far. So, the events in the States are super competitive. Nobody really shares much information. There's not much interaction. People don't ask questions because they don't want to be asked questions. It's kind of like an unspoken rule. But everybody here has been really nice, really helpful, done a great job of giving us a basic idea of what we need to do to target these brim, and it's just been great, and just a bunch of fun people, you know. So.
No, actually the rain's pretty good. Some of the bite actually improves a little bit as the rain comes in. The tide made a change about 2 hours ago, so that also helped the bite a bit. And everyone's gotten fish, either bycatch, flathead, or things like that. So we've all seen brim. A few of us have bagged out, so it's really good. It's been a good day on the water at the International. There's been a lot of comedy, a lot of laughter, and it's quite funny watching people from another country catch a fish they've never seen before. And geez, it just really makes an event like this really special.
That's a bit of a start. We're happy with that. Hopefully get some bigger ones on the next few days.
We've got him here with us today. We're going to learn a lot, so stay with us. We've got a lot going on. We're going to have a great time catching fish, these brim and these Hobie pro anglers at the Hobie Worlds. Join us.
This episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures is brought to you by Daiwa, advancing the sport of fishing. Loran's, find, navigate, dominate with the new HDS Gen 2 Touch. ram mounts made in the USA, your best connection. And by Columbia, trying stuff since 1938. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're in Camden Haven, New South Wales, Australia for day one of the first Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship.
Anytime you put a bunch of anglers together in either power boats or kayaks and you have a start line and a start signal, it always leads a bit of comedy. It was pretty good to see people starting off one way and then heading the other, so you know, we've done a few times, but it's a good spectacle. It really builds the adrenaline. Everyone gets fired up for that first cast and that first fish. I guess like most people, people are very competitive by nature. It was so easy to get people from so many countries and nations over here to compete. So I think it's good, and I think that's a draw card.
3, 2 bream and a flatty.
Okay, today I'm using an Atomic Hards deep diver in Ghost Gill Brown. So one of my favourite lures. Put a lot of fish on this. And the technique I'm using is a very straightforward slow roll. So a nice long cast using 3-pound fluorocarbon straight through. So it's very slow roll, just watching that bounce, feeling for any nudges.
Today I got a couple of bites here, but I didn't catch yet. But some fish is rising on the top. I'm gonna try keep going and keep going. I'm gonna catch one big one size. Oh God! Yeah! I got one! Lost.
I've got 6 flathead and it's just doing my head in. I've seen the other boys catch a few fish as well too, so it's time for me to leave before I start breaking rods in the boat.
Yes! Come to Papa. Probably like 41, 42 centimeters.
Yeah, it's been fun actually. The water here is clear, everything's nice. View here is nice, food here is nice. Nothing much. A couple of bites but never get the hookups. Could be my technique, maybe. Or the fish are not biting.
I'm getting a lot of fish, but a lot of them are this size. So I'm just trying to upgrade and go through my bag and cycle it and hopefully get a lot of bigger ones.
You doing well? Nope. You gonna win? Not gonna win.
No way.
Whatever it is, it's a competition still. I'll still try my best to beat them at their home ground. But well, easier said than done.
The current was pushing against the bank, so the fish all hold up against the bank waiting for food to come to them. So I was using the deep divers and just running along the edges. So the bigger fish were right in the deeper part of the bank and they just came up and swiped the lure all the time. By the way, the guys are giving out free information as if like, you know, it's like nothing. They were just willing to teach. That's very nice. That's very different from what competitive fishing would be.
It's just been fantastic to be here on the water, especially representing my adopted country, Thailand. Couldn't wish for better company, and definitely a fantastic venue to go fishing.
Big bream abound on day one, and Jose Chavez from the U.S. has seemed to figure out a thing or two.
That's what happens when you come off a suicide watch.
Pretty happy. I'm stoked.
Come and stand here with me, mate, and you caught a good bag of fish today.
Yeah, I did pretty good. I did pretty good today. I was pretty happy. Did some changes last minute and it ended up paying off. So.
weighs 2.0 kilos. You are the new leader of the World Championships, mate. Congratulations. Let's see if it holds up. Look at that, showing the local boys how it's done.
Hobie Outdoor Adventures will be right back with more coverage of the first Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures and the coverage of the first Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship. We're in Port Macquarie, New South Wales, Australia. And today, anglers get a chance to practice bream fishing and learn more about the Hastings River.
We've put together a World Championship, so this is the launch of the very first Daiwa Hobie Fishing World Championships in fishing, and our plans are to roll out to other countries. Next year we're going to the United States.
The international guys, congratulations, you've done very well. The internationals have their flag on the front, they're in the yellow kayaks. If you see them on the water and they're struggling, it's an Aussie thing to help them out. Well, joining the World Championships for the second and third day of the competition is the bigger event, the Daiwa Hobie Brim Grand Final. And we have 50 of Australia's best brim anglers from all over the country descending on Port Macquarie, fishing the Saturday and Sunday with the international guys. Now, the winner of the Daiwa Hobie Grand Final takes home a pro angler kayak. And that can be one of the international competitors, but one of the Saturday and Sunday competitors can't win the world title. So we're going to have either one or two champions on the Sunday. Either of them are going to really enjoy the feat, and it's going to be a great feat to beat such great anglers on such a wonderful waterway.
Hopefully getting a bag, or 2 bags, and I'll be more than happy, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's really awesome to get thrown in the mix with some international competitors that are potentially, you know, the best in this sort of thing in the world. I feel that even though they're a bit out of their own water in terms of they've not really caught brim before, I think if you take a champion or, you know, a really high-class angler and plop him somewhere in new water and show him a couple of things, makes up for a, you know, really fantastic contest, I guess.
It's fantastic to be in a competition like this with all the internationals, especially Americans. You know, it's just great to pitch my skills against their skills and see who comes out on top. Being paired up with some quality Australian anglers, and they'll get to learn the waterways.
Keep training me, yeah?
Yeah.
This Zavo.
No worries, mate.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. I think that kayak fishing presents the essence of fishing. It allows you to enjoy fishing as it should be. It's really the ultimate competition, I think.
It's very obvious that Steve Fields and Hobie Cat Australasia have run big events before. They've pulled this event together with 67 kayaks, all brand new Hobie pro anglers, and they've done it seamlessly. So anyone who's been involved in this tournament has enjoyed the hospitality, the organisation, and of course the fishing in Port Macquarie area.
.55, you are underway field. Good luck today, all anglers.
Today begins day 2 of the Daiwa Hobie Fishing Worlds and day 1 of the ABT Australian Grand Final.
Of course, in fishing, we see a great spectrum of people involved in fishing, and we have guys here. We have like Jackie Smith, the Hall of Famer here, fishing aside guys that maybe only started kayak fishing this year, and they all get along like a house on fire. So there's always a saying that you can never pick a millionaire when you're fishing, and definitely in the Hobie kayaks you can't, because they could come from any background, any part of the world in this tournament, but they all love fishing just so much. One of the things about ABT tournaments is that they are all catch and release. If that fish doesn't swim away at the end of the event, you don't get any points for that fish. Now, of course, it's fine to go out and catch a fish to eat, but we like to visit a waterway, catch a lot of fish, release a lot of fish afterwards, and have no negative impact on the environment. And 67 kayaks on the water here are going to leave no environmental footprint whatsoever, and we like that.
Coming up, we'll find out who will become the first champion of the Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship. This episode of Hobie Outdoor Adventures has been brought to you by Hobie Polarized, trusted, quality, heritage, Gamakatsu, world's finest hooks, and by Spro, the sports professionals. Welcome back to Hobie Outdoor Adventures. We're in Port Macquarie, New South Wales, Australia. Today is the third and final day of the first Daiwa Hobie Kayak Fishing World Championship.
Hey, we're getting ready to head out the final day of the Hobie Worlds and the ABT. So got a beautiful sunny day. The tide's just starting to roll in, and competitors are getting on the water. So we're gonna go have some fun, hopefully catch some fish, and finish this thing out strong.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be still and glassy for most of the morning, I believe, so fishing will be tough. It's the last day of the comp, so yeah, last day of a really good season, so let's see what happens.
Morning all, it's the lucky last. I for one am looking forward to a great day of fishing, and I'm hoping that I don't have Krispy Kreme all over my face today. 6:54, anglers away. Good luck today.
The Hobie Pro Angler is the chosen craft for this event, and everyone is in an absolutely identical craft, and that levels the playing field. As pro anglers, you can take up to 6 rods, store them horizontally, you can take all the gear you could ever want, and you can stand up in it and fish. And that's a great advantage for these guys chasing bream in shallow water. They can see down at the fish and they can see what they're targeting. If you're out on the water and you see someone moving along quite swiftly in a kayak, but not actually paddling a kayak, they're probably in a Hobie. They have this Mirage drive, which is based on aquatic animals' fins actually. They move side to side under the water with your leg action. So if you see someone that looks like they're driving a boat out of the Flintstones but they're moving along at a fair clip, they're probably in a Hobie and they're probably having a good time.
A couple of small fish, lots of flathead again, but no legals I'm afraid.
I got 3 bream, but two undersized, and one fell out of the boat trying to get in the live well, so pretty disappointing.
I suppose being involved in a spectrum of events, from high dollar powerboat events right through to the kayak events, I can truly say that the kayak events are the most fun events to be on. The camaraderie on the water is fantastic. The fact that everyone stays in the same place and eats and drinks and barbecues together, it's just a great place to go fishing, and the social side of it is actually better than the fishing. So if you get a chance to be involved, come and give a kayak event a go. I'm really excited to see the future of this World Championships because it will bounce between different countries. I think it's already touted next year that it'll be in the USA catching largemouth bass, but let's think about it. The Hobie kayaks, there are thousands and millions of waterways all over the world that hold some wonderful fishing, and these guys would be chomping at the bit to get at them wherever it is in the world.
The stage is set for the 2012 Hobie Fishing World Championship, presented by Daiwa, as 42 anglers from 13 countries descend on Lake Bastrop in Austin. Hobie Fishing World Championship is a unique event. Each year, not only does the location of the event change, but the continent and species change too. After the saltwater bream quest in Port Macquarie, Australia in 2011, anglers welcome the challenge of Texas trophy bass fishing.
They are not all bass fishermen, so a lot of them are actually learning how to fish for a species they've never caught. They're anxious, they're excited. Getting a chance to catch a bass is a great experience. I know they're all very excited.
The Australian contingent, led by reigning champion Scott Baker from Victoria, has traveled 8,500 miles to defend the title and grab a taste of what Texas has to offer.
I'm just really grateful to be here. Great opportunity, and meeting a great bunch of guys. Like I stayed with Jose Chavez in June this year when I came back to America, so I've met some good people from last year's comp, and I'm sure I'll meet many more this time.
After day one on Lake Bastrop, anglers will move to Fayette County Reservoir for the final 2 days of competition. The scoring also changed this year. This time it will be catch, photograph, release, or CPR. Anglers will turn in their best 3 fish each day, and the champion will be determined by the best 3-day aggregate.
3, 2, 1. Good luck and great fishing!
Next week on Hobie Outdoor Adventures, we'll continue our coverage of the 2012 Hobie Fishing World Championship, presented by Daiwa.